Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Dream a Fantastic Dream podcast. Today is February 17th, 2022, and today we are diving into all things Multiverse of Madness, our thoughts, theories, and speculation. We are your hosts, Armida Flores and Skylar Gifford. We're also joined tonight by my good friend, Donavan Rose. Welcome, my friend. How are you doing?
Hey, everybody, it's Donavan Rose. I'm super excited to be here and talk about Multiverse of Madness, the Donavan Rose on TikTok. You may know me for my really big Marvel collection, over 400 Funko Pops. I got into Marvel when I was like 16 years old. It was something to kind of escape from the world. I could relate to a lot of the characters. When I was 11, my mom was murdered, so like I could relate to like Peter Parker, who lost his parents and was raised by his aunt. I was raised by my grandma, so I could relate a lot to them, and it was really cool to escape into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Dude, that makes me so happy for you. I'm really glad that you have this like kind of awesome outlet that, has brought you so many things to like so many people. And like, it's interesting how like, these movies are like, yes, they're like cinema, but it feels like there's so much more than that. It's like this own like world that has brought so many people and so many like amazing things together to create like a really amazing experience. So I'm very, very proud that you have this for yourself.
That's really cool.
And it's crazy because when I was younger, I was never into superhero movies because I thought it was just good guys and bad guys fighting all the time. But then, you watch this and there's actually story and connection and everything like that. So it's crazy.
So I know you have like, you talked about like your TikTok, and you really, I feel like you blew up on Marvel TikTok. So tell me a little bit about that. What's that been like? What has that done for you? What has that brought for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, over the past like year, starting with like WandaVision, really, because there was like that 2-year hiatus from Marvel with COVID and everything like that. But starting with like WandaVision, all the theories and everything with that, I started to gain traction on my TikTok. And then a few months later, I actually started collecting Marvel. I haven't even been collecting for a year, and I have this big collection behind me. And so that collection started gaining a lot of traction and things like that. I have the Infinity Stones tattooed on me.
That is awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, so like those kinds of videos, lots of Marvel videos, my collection and things like that really gained a lot of traction. And it's really nice because I don't really have any friends in real life that are geeks or that like Marvel. So being able to connect with people and geek out and talk about it is amazing. And I have like 150 some thousand people who like it and are geek like me. So it's wonderful.
Dude, that's so cool. If I do ask, what is like your favorite thing that you've like accumulated over this time? Because I know like I love your helmets. Your helmets are sick. You have a bunch of weapons on your wall. If you guys didn't know that, he has a wall of just like straight on Marvel memorabilia. So it's really cool.
Yeah, that's really hard because everything has its own like, place in its heart. But if I had to pick, it's honestly tied between my Iron Man Mark V helmet that like is voice activated, opens and closes and that, and my real life Loki scepter. It's like,
that's what I used to have too.
I love that one. Yeah, those are my two favorite.
I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, this film is going to be like this really huge thing. I want to fly you out, and Armida is going to be here too, and like have a whole like Multiverse of Madness like first watch party.
Oh my gosh, that would
like
be
in
so
the theater,
cool.
just a bunch of like really fun nerds like geeking out about this like historic event. It's not like historic, but like for this,
it will be.
It probably will be. So like, I feel like it'd be so cool to have like, it was kind of like what Soups did. Like he had all these like, people come in that, were super passionate about that. I really want to do that with like me and my like small group of friends. I just feel like that'd be something to like really celebrate with.
Yeah, that would be super fun. That would be cool. I've never been to California either, so that would be super exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I hope to get a full-on Scarlet Witch cosplay by then.
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
I hope to. Yeah.
Are you gonna do like the one from the this film, or gonna do like the Halloween like version of her?
It's gonna be hot. So I don't think I want the sleeve version. Like there's like a whole sleeve that she's wearing in the trailer.
Oh,
and
I thought you meant the cosplay.
I was like, that's the Halloween one. No, there's like she has like a whole sleeve in this trailer, and I was like, that's dope. that's gonna be sweaty. First thing I thought was there's a lot of sweat, and as a cosplayer, I think to myself like that looks sweaty. But the one from the end of WandaVision with the
Okay.
Ooh,
So the one that's
yeah.
like
my
kind of
fashion
like a
term,
shirt
the halter top
thing?
version
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
open
yeah.
shoulders. Yeah, that one's gonna be a little bit more functional for May in California. So hopefully
Mhm.
that's the one that I'll have. I have the wig, so
Ooh.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
good to go. Yeah.
So before we start, you told me that like obviously the tragedy with your mom, like what character has like brought you what well, first of all, what is your favorite character in the whole entirety of the MCU?
Honestly, like I was kind of talking about Peter Parker's Spider-Man, even when I was younger, like before I liked MCU and Marvel, it was Spider-Man. Like when I
Yeah.
saw Tobey Maguire, like I've always had a Spider-Man every stage of my life. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, when I'm an adult, every stage where I was going through something hard, there's always been a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man to kind of guide me through whatever I'm going through. And that's why he's kind of my favorite. And I know that's like cliche, like with the time right now, No
No,
Way
that's
Home,
awesome.
but honestly, like it really is Spider-Man.
The reason why it is cliche with the time though is because like this character has been such a powerful connector to
Yeah.
people for so long. If Tobey Maguire didn't have the impact that he had in the early 2000s, it wouldn't be what it was. If Andrew didn't have the impact that he had in the early 2010s, it wouldn't be a cliche or wouldn't be what it was. So each one of them had and even in like 2016 Homecoming, 2017, 2017.
Yeah.
Even in 2017, my little brother was watching Homecoming and like I didn't think he had any connection to the MCU at all. But he's sitting there, he comes to my house, and the first thing he does is he just sits down and puts on Homecoming. And he's just like, I just think this kid is dope. And like it still has the power to reach people. So I think there's a reason why it's cliche right now.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. So out of like, you know, all of the Marvel movies that have come before since Iron Man, or I guess now if we really want to count it, I guess it is Tobey Maguire. That is the first MCU movie, which is weird to think about.
That's so weird.
Right. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Crazy. Can you imagine what Multiverse of Madness is going to do to that?
Right.
We're going to add way more.
Dude. Watch, we have like cameos from like the 60s, like people, like that would be crazy.
Oh my God.
I want this like to fully like flash this and bring like the Batman Beyond, except with the whole entirety of the MCU from like the animated cartoons.
Did you see in the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie, they had a Batman shirt in it?
Yeah.
Yes, they had so much crazy stuff happening in that
DC
trailer.
is now in the Marvel verse. It's a thing because Disney owns Marvel. Batman's in the Disney movie. Mic drop. It's all coming together.
Okay. You know, they had the crossover Deadpool killing the MCU. Why don't they just merge the two? Disney just buy out Warner Brothers, right? And then just cross them over. That would be sick. I feel like yeah, I mean, like I heard that like the DCEU is like starting their own like MCU verse with like Robert Pattinson.
Take 3.
Yeah, I don't even know how many they've tried to do, but like I feel like if they can if they like follow the MCU formula, I think they can make something really cool out of it.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so yeah, like I was saying, where does this movie like fall in your like excitement level for the film out of all of the MCU?
Oh gosh, you know, I mean, Spider-Man No Way Home I thought that was going to be what I was most excited for. I thought that was it. That was peak, but
yeah,
seeing everything that's going to happen in Multiverse of Madness, I think that this is honestly, since Endgame, which I know there hasn't been that many films since, but I was just so excited for that one because I was so scared after Infinity War to get everybody back and everything. Yeah. But I think honestly this one, phase 4, I'm more excited for this one right now than like Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor or anything like that.
Oh my God, same.
I feel like this one is going to deal more with the multiverse than those ones, so I'm really excited for this one. Definitely.
Yeah.
I think, I have to agree. Out of all the upcoming stuff, I think this one probably packs the most punch to it. I think I'm probably going to be the most fulfilled by these ones. But I don't know. I have this thing. It's like my WandaVision trauma where like, and everyone has WandaVision trauma where you were waiting for like the biggest hype ever. You're like, this is
okay.
Like it was like week after week, theory after theory, and everyone's like, let's talk about WandaVision theories, and we're staying up till 3 a.m. and we're like waiting to see what happens, and we're freaking out when Evan Peters shows up, and then it just
no
Mephisto, the Falcon and the Winter Mephisto. It was like it was everywhere, and then just.
That's like a really cool thing that like the MCU has like done too, is like the whole entirety of like the online community like has brought it and elevated it to like a whole nother level with everyone's like connected excitement for whatever's coming out. So like 2018, it was Endgame, everyone was super excited to see how everyone came back.
Right.
Then 2019 was, I guess, 2019 we have many things. 2020 was like everything that came out. I feel like WandaVision like took the MCU from like, a pretty high point at that time with like all the content that we had already gotten and elevated all of it to such a high level that like we're just expecting the best, most exciting thing that's ever come out, which is insane to think about.
It's kind of taken my personal excitement level a little bit down. It's not that I'm not excited, but I'm just not like bouncing off the walls like I was with WandaVision, because I just
you don't want to be I'm
like MJ. If you expect to be, you'll find out very quickly that we're just real life Peter and MJ. I just think that when it comes to Marvel movies, if I just expect to be disappointed, I will never be disappointed by what they do, and I'll just be like, that was cool. I love that. And I kind of learned that from my sister too, who didn't like. She was just like, yeah, that's that Paul Bettany interview. He's talking about himself. Like she was just so chill about it, and she was like, "Yeah, it's I don't expect much," and that's what ended up, and she enjoyed it. So I tend to not hype myself up anymore, but that doesn't mean that I don't think these are going to be great movies. That's the next part. It's the double-edged sort of it, is that I think these movies are going to be great.
I'm worried about getting bonered again. That did so much damage. Yeah, so I follow this guy, and he does like a bunch of live streams, and whenever he refers to that like WandaVision trauma, he always calls it the boner. Because it was Ralph Boner that like messed up the MCU. True.
It didn't mess up the MCU.
Well, his character,
It messed up all of us.
Yeah.
It messed up us. That's what it messed up.
So to start, I was thinking about going through like the poster, because there's so many like hidden like details and stuff that we can like kind of nitpick and kind of get into. So really just diving into that, I really like how it's like all the broken pieces in the glass of what if. I feel like that was like a really cool element that they decided to play with, because like for us, that was like the first look into the other worlds of the MCU was the what if show. So that was cool to kind of see. Was there anything that like you found that you were like, oh my God, this could actually happen?
Captain Carter.
Yeah, 100%.
Carter,
that's like that's not like a possible theory like the Deadpool.
It's in there.
This is 100% like
in there. I love her. I love her so much.
I'm super excited to see more of her
in
live action. Like,
what are they gonna do?
I don't know.
How are they gonna do that? I'm like freaking out, dude.
So that actually makes me, question like where we're going, because like if we get like a Captain Carter, are we going to get her own like series? Are we going to get her continuation in What If? Or is what's going to happen with Wanda going into the Illuminati HQ not going to make that possible?
Dude, spoiler alert. In the next episode after this one of our show, we're going to do a Heroes League fight where we put characters against each other. We have a Marvel round, right? Sky and I are fighting with him doing Captain Carter and me doing Human Torch. What if that was like actually a thing? Like we could see like Captain Carter and Human Torch in the same space, but it's not Steve and Peggy.
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
I love it. Like that was the pairing that came up, and that it was us doing it. But like, I was like, oh my God, Human Torch and Captain Carter.
Oh my gosh, that would be crazy.
Unlikely, but wow.
Right.
I do think we're gonna get. I know we're gonna get a cameo of the Fantastic Four for this film. There's no way they can't do that at this point,
right? Especially with the Illuminati, like we have to at least have Reed Richards, like
or a version of. I don't think we'll have our
right.
At most, and here comes the pessimistic Armida walking in. At most, I expect one line in reference to them. That's the most that I will expect.
For
You
sure.
know? But if I get more, I'll be thrilled.
Yeah. So other than that, on the poster, obviously there is that like hidden quote unquote Deadpool cameo too, which was confirmed by his writer of Deadpool, which I thought was super cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
And they also confirmed that we will also be seeing his friends from Deadpool 2. So Domino is apparently going to show up. Cable is apparently coming. So I love that movie. I think it was a lot of fun. So I would love to see like their continuation in the MCU. Obviously, we're getting Deadpool 3.
Mhm.
And I actually had this theory. It's not like, that big, but I was thinking about like, I loved Vanessa as a character. And like having her, obviously we don't know what happened to her in our world, but I would assume that Deadpool doesn't exist, right? I want to see like him, Wade Wilson had already died in war because he was an veteran, but having this version of Wade Wilson come back and actually be with that version of Vanessa, to get the love story that he wanted, that he unfortunately lost due to her death. So
yeah,
that would be really cool to see kind of fixed. But yeah, that's just kind of my idea of that. Other than that, there was like the Ultron bots too, which were super sick that you could kind of see. There was Captain Carter, and there was also, if you look in the lower left, there is the shield symbol of Captain Marvel.
Yes, I saw that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So
I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, so Captain Marvel, I don't know
I saw
if
one
we're gonna
picture.
get our version. I don't think we will, because I feel like she's too big.
Right.
Do you think we'll get like Maria Rambeau? Do you think we'll get like the other version of Photon? Do you think it's someone completely new, like the Superior Iron Man? Because that's also kind of like that symbol as well. What are you thinking?
Well, I definitely feel like we're going to get Superior Iron Man and maybe Iron Lad. And maybe like this is like a version of like Maria Rambeau as Captain Marvel, or Monica as Photon or something like that. I honestly don't know. I know that somebody really like zoomed in. I saw some like enhanced, and it kind of does look like a version of King. So I don't know. It could be
Yeah.
Iron Lad.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's just me
I
thinking.
saw that. I saw that tweet this morning.
Yeah,
with the Kang thing. I saw that tweet. Yeah. That was cool.
I'm gonna switch over and kind of like just go through the trailer a little bit, and then just kind of nitpick everything. So I have like this whole thing kind of written out. So obviously it starts with like Doctor Strange's nightmare, and you see like the sanctum like covered in like the skulls and the bones and everything that's like being withered away, and kind of like the melting of the world in What If. I thought that was really cool to see, like our world could be destroyed by the end of this film due to like what they're doing with the multiverse. So what do you think is going to happen with that? Are we going to keep our 616? Do you think it's going to be ultimately destroyed? What are you feeling?
I feel like obviously we have to keep our universe in some way. We can't just be all destroyed. I mean, I feel like there's definitely going to be drastically changes to it. Definitely people dying, big people that are going to make changes to the MCU forever.
My vote is Wong. Sorry.
Yeah, I feel definitely.
Oh, that would hurt so bad though.
That would. So I feel like Wong. We may have a new Sorcerer Supreme stepping up to the plate. Finally, Doctor Strange.
Wouldn't it suck if after all that he still doesn't get it?
Right. They're like, oh, sorry, there's another contender.
If I'm writing it, I'd be like, yo, he still don't get it.
Right.
Guys, imagine if like Wanda turned out to be the Sorcerer Supreme at the end of this film.
Yo, I would actually be okay with that. Sorry.
There's like a baby that walks out and she's actually like this. Wow, that'd be nuts.
She like elevates
I actually
herself.
would like that. I would actually die.
That'd be sick. And we meet America Chavez in the comic. She's one of the strongest characters, and she has the ability to traverse the multiverse by creating these like star-shaped portals to like hop in and out of different realities, which is pretty freaking sick.
It's dope. Here we go. Latinos are coming. The brown people are coming.
I'm super excited.
Wanda is obviously trying to kill her for her power to find her kids in the multiverse. And she's using like all these demons and like these like beasts to try to like take that power away from her. And if you look, like ribbony demon that like is like attacking her in the trailer, that's actually Sidorak. So that was one of the spells that Doctor Strange used when he was fighting Thanos.
Mhm.
He threw this like thing at Thanos, which held the gauntlet down,
Mhm.
and was able to like,
Yeah. I
put
remember
him
that.
down
Okay.
for a while
Yep,
to
yep.
try to get the gauntlet off to save
You
the
mean the
world.
most painful scene in the MCU history? The one that got you kicked out of Disneyland by Chris Pratt?
Oh my gosh.
Why are we talking about this?
Because
Okay.
Donovan's here and I want to tell him that he
Okay.
got kicked out of Disneyland by Chris Pratt because
Yes.
you yelled at him for ruining Infinity War.
Okay. So real quick. So I
His face.
oh my god. Okay. I have an annual pass, right?
Yep.
And 2019, or I guess Christmas 2018, he was doing the candlelight visual for Disneyland. And he was there, he did the presentation and everything. And then, once it was done, people were walking up to him and like talking to Chris Pratt. And it was like a really cool thing that people were able to do. And you can do that with like a lot of the celebrities who come to Disneyland and like they perform. And it's kind of like an open meet and greet at the end of their shows. So I decided to walk up to Chris Pratt and I was like, wow, it was so good. But at the same time, screw you for spoiling like, or for like messing up the world and like, being the one who like killed everyone. I'm kind of like pissed off about it. And it was like in a joking way. I wasn't being like serious about it. But apparently it got to him to a point where he got all of his security to escort me out of Disneyland.
Oh my gosh, that's such a Chris Pratt thing to do.
Right?
I know, right? I know.
But no, I thought you meant like a Star-Lord like impersonator at Disneyland. I didn't realize you meant actually
Chris Pratt.
Like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Actual Chris Pratt.
The-
I would
Chris
like crap
Pratt.
my pants. I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, sir.
And it was like I love Chris Pratt and like what he did with the MCU, and I thought it's been like amazing. And I wasn't trying to make it like a bad thing. I just wanted like a funny thing to remember. If I never see him again, I thought that would be hilarious to like be like, I hate you for what you did.
But
It
he's
keeps
been
him up at
getting-
night. Like,
But he's been getting, like, he had gotten millions of hate.
true.
The comments, tweets, DMs. I'm sure he got millions at
Yeah.
that point.
So yeah, I get it, but it was still like one of my top tier moments of my entire life. That was pretty funny.
The greatest moment of his career.
Oh yeah.
Was getting kicked out of Disneyland by Chris Pratt because he ruined Infinity War.
Yep. Things happen. Everything happens for a reason. And
I
guess,
was so mad. I was mad at Chris Pratt for like a year.
Honestly, same.
yeah.
Like, I was so mad at him. And like, my little brother was like, I'm going to kill Thanos. And I was like, I'm going to kill Chris Pratt.
So moving on, we see Wanda's like, cute little garden. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that's all an illusion. I think her mind is so messed up at that point that I think anything that like seems like nice for once is ultimately gone. I don't see that being like somewhere where she would actually reside.
Tis the fate of Wanda, after all, is that all good things must be destroyed.
Right. And we don't know how long this is after WandaVision at this point yet. Like, it could be like, a year or however, but she's been doing this Darkhold, this dark magic since the end of WandaVision, however long this has. So
It probably like, I mean, WandaVision was like how long? A week after?
just a couple of weeks. Yeah. So it's at
Couple
least,
weeks?
it's at least a year.
At least a year.
Because,
something like that, yeah.
we're in 2025 now after Hawkeye.
Mhm.
So it's at least like a year and a few months. It has to be at
Mhm.
least after that to be after No Way Home.
Yeah.
And I would assume like, her mind was so determined to find them. And like her anger was at such like a deep point that I don't think she's not willing to do anything to bring them back,
Mhm.
which is terrifying.
Literally,
Yeah.
I'm scared, but
I
excited.
forgive her though.
Literally, bless Wanda.
I forgive
In
her.
Wanda we trust.
In
I know,
Wanda we
yeah.
I actually like, I don't think I developed a really good appreciation for Wanda until after I rewatched WandaVision a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Oh, wow.
Like I was bored and Sky wasn't answering his phone. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna rewatch WandaVision tonight. So I did, and then he calls me. He's like, "Hey, sorry, what are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm fine."
Yeah, it's a ride, man.
Mm.
And if you like look when she's like doing her like Darkhold like ritual,
Mhm.
you can see her like fingers like turning black, like the way Agatha Harkness's did when she was
Yeah.
using the Darkhold. So she's done. She's
Oh,
in it.
you know what I'm hyped for? Agatha's TV show, the House of Harkness.
Yes, I'm super stoked for that.
I'm so excited for that.
Okay,
do you think we'll see her in
quick,
Multiverse of Madness?
I was gonna say, you know,
I feel that's what starts it. What if that's the reason why we get it?
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like Strange needs all the help he can get, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, yes, he has the X-Men now. He has the Fantastic Four, but I don't think they're going to stand a chance against her. She is.
Who knows the Darkhold?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's the most powerful. Like she is the most powerful character in the MCU at this point.
Yeah.
So like, I would assume that like, obviously, Strange knows about Westview. There's no doubt that he knows that happened.
Yeah, because they say in the trailer, like, because he's like, oh, I know about Westview. I'm not here about that.
I'm sure he knows about Agatha's powers and like, especially to have them go up against her again, but this time with like the Sorcerer Supremes, Agatha Harkness, Loki, Sylvie, whoever else in the multiverse who is like a strong, powerful sorcerer. I don't think she has that much of a chance against it.
All the Agatha variants. That would be crazy. Oh my gosh.
Right? And I was also thinking about this, right? So in the trailer, we see a Minotaur sorcerer. And I feel like that's the most normal thing, you know, out of everything. You know, it's the MCU's gotten to a point where I can just look at a Minotaur and think, wow, that's cool. All right, continue on. Like
a Minotaur sorcerer.
Right.
Don't forget the sorcerer
don't
part.
forget the sorcerer.
Minotaur is too normal. We got to do the Minotaur sorcerer.
Yeah, exactly. Like the fact that that's gotten to a point where we expect that.
Good job. Good job identifying the Minotaur, though. Good job with that. I know you've been struggling with your animals recently, so good job identifying that. He's been struggling really hard with identifying his animals. So he did a really good job with the Minotaur. That's very good.
There was a whole thing about you saw the video about me trying to identify the versions of Winnie the Pooh characters. And not going so well. So I almost called it a bull. So you know. We're getting there. It's coming. It's coming.
You called it a bull.
I didn't call it a bull, but it'd be funny if I did.
It would have been so great. You should have done it just for the meme.
Just for the meme. Oh my. So
you gotta give me something for the sizzle reel, dude.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she keeps doing all these like sizzle reel episodes about, you know, each one that we do. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, moving on to Illuminati HQ. I think this is the most excited I've been for anything in the most recent years. And you know, Strange goes in there and he gets locked up by the Illuminati. And if you look, there's a statue in a circle with a sword. And I've heard so many theories about this, that being the Captain Carter when she came through the portal in What If.
Ooh.
She was a founding member of the Illuminati. So this is where she ended up. She didn't end up on like their version of Earth. She ended up in the Illuminati HQ. And this is kind of where it started.
Okay.
So, I mean, if we're going to bring in Captain Carter, I feel like she should be part of the Illuminati. I feel like that'd be really cool because it's like the alternate version of Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's cool. But other than that, who do you think we'll see on that council? Because there's 6 chairs and obviously Professor X. So who?
Patrick Stewart.
We have 2, Professor X and Captain Carter. Obviously a version of Reed Richards.
Okay.
Who else?
I do think we're gonna get that Sorcerer Supreme. I can't think of his name right now. Mordo.
Oh yeah, like a different version of him.
Maybe if we get Superior Iron Man with like maybe with Tom Cruise, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like he could be, because he's very like strong and you know very 3 Infinity Stones.
He's Superior Iron Man.
Yeah, superior. He is superior.
So yeah, if you guys don't know, Superior Iron Man basically was what this version of Iron Man had the Ultron program actually work. So everything happened the way that they wanted, and he created that suit of armor around Earth. And was able to protect everyone from Ultron and eventually Thanos. So that's really cool that, you know, we might possibly have him, because those Ultron bots they do look a lot like Tony Stark's AIs. I do think we're going to get a version of Black Bolt. Possibly. I feel that's been thrown around a lot. You know, Infinity Ultron's been thrown around from What If.
Voltron?
Voltron, the Defender of Worlds.
Vision Ultron is Voltron.
Okay.
It's a very deep inside joke that I won't get into on here. Namor would be cool because we're going to introduce him in Black Panther 2 as the villain. So that would be kind of cool because that was who he was in the comics. He was a part of the Illuminati. What I personally want is I want the Watcher.
Yeah, me too. Oh my God, I would flip.
I want the Watcher to, obviously after that show, he kind of went off and no one really knows what happened to him. I want that spot to be for him. Like he was like, you know what? After everything that's happened, I need to be involved with things. I feel like I have to put my presence out there and make sure that, the entirety of the multiverse is safe. I feel like that'd be so sick to finally meet the Watcher as one of the Illuminati members.
Oh,
That'd be dope.
Can you tell how much I love What If? I'm like, Captain Carter, the Watcher.
I can't believe people skipped it.
What If was so good though.
Here's a cute little fun fact. After the Doctor Strange episode, it was like 4 a.m. my time. I made it official with Sky.
Aww,
yeah.
That's so cute.
It's really cute. Is Strange lost his heart, and I was
Right.
like, "Oh,
I'll seal it here."
I was like, "I got mine right here." Yes.
And if you guys look at the building that the Illuminati HQ is, that is actually an alternate version of the Avengers compound.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
That
is an alternate version of the Avengers. So we also are not only getting the Illuminati, but we're getting an entirety new version of all the Avengers. So who do you think is going to show up there?
See that poster of Doctor Strange walking amongst those skulls? And somebody was like, "Yo, I found Natasha in the new poster."
Oh my gosh, yes, I did, yes.
Oh no.
It took me like 5 minutes to figure it out, and then I was like, "Oh, you jerk."
I don't know. I honestly, I hope, I know this is probably unlikely, but I wish we could get like Captain America, Steve Rogers, like our version. That would be really cool. Chris
Evans. He did take the stones and no one knows what happened to him after that.
Give me back Skinny
True.
Steve.
Skinny Steve.
Yes, oh my gosh, that would be
A
so
cosplay
funny.
that Sky can do.
I want Bucky. I want more Bucky. Like, just give us like a Bucky cameo, like
Yeah, right?
a different variant of him, where he isn't the Winter Soldier
with two arms.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Love that.
He never got, yeah.
And his little mustache.
Yes.
What if we got that nice version of Thanos?
That would be hilarious.
That'd be so funny.
I still can't wrap my head around it.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wrap my head around nice Thor. Not nice Thor, nice Thanos. I can't even say it. That's how much I don't like it. I'm like, when Thanos was nice, I was like,
dude, he was like a frat bro.
Like we spent like a year and a half like hating that dude.
For real.
And I'm like,
what's up, guys?
And now we just like him now?
Right.
I was like, no, my trust issues go way beyond that. Like, no. You killed Peter Parker. Get out.
Right.
I am hoping for 3 things on this team. So I'm hoping for an alternate version of Black Panther, but as Killmonger.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
I'm hoping for a alternate version of Doctor Doom. So getting like a chill Doctor Doom, like kind of like leading the Avengers, and maybe like Tobey Maguire getting Spider-Man back because he is coming back for this movie. So that'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.